foreigners buying UK property. Is it possible? And if so, what things should you look out for if you are a foreigner buying a UK buy-to-let property investment? Check out this video. Rick is asking, if we bought investment properties in the UK, buy-to-lets and holiday lets, but resided in Australia eventually or possibly retire, what are the tax implications? And there's a few other things that they talked about as well on this point, but let's just talk about, and I'm doing a big slog on this in international tax, mainly in the States, Spain, Hong Kong and the UK. I'm not venturing too much more than that, but one of the things I have been supporting people on in Australia is that they do have higher tax bands than the UK, but they will allow you to offset your mortgage interest. So typically what you'll find is that in each country, whichever way you're going, anyone listening to this program should understand that you've got different elements of the way that HMRC will treat costs. Section 24, for instance, you are restricted on the amount of mortgage interest, but in some countries you're allowed the full amount. Australia is one of them. But in some countries, they may not allow you to have offset your replacement costs, such as America, because they will capitalize some of those costs. So whenever you're thinking about moving to a different country, you do need to think about, well, how do they treat my income and how do they tax it? So for example, Hong Kong, for instance, I think they Tony Fung's online actually, but they will tax you a flat rate of tax on your gross income, and it's actually very low. I think it's about 15% or something daft like that. So you do have to be very, very wary when it comes to international tax. Not only have you got in terms of property income, but you've also got to think about, well, how am I going to be affected for capital gains tax? Inheritance tax is a huge one. Australia have no inheritance tax, and yet the UK has one of the biggest ones. If you go to Spain, for instance, it's very complicated over there for inheritance tax. So you do need to think about that.